Hey guys, so we will discuss a new problem in array, which is find the longest sub-array, okay, with some k. So just remember here that here we are saying sub-array and not subsequence. Okay, sub-array is something where elements are continuous. Okay, so for example, you have this array. Let's say I have this array. Okay, 10, 5, 2, 7, 1 and 9. So I can solve it using two ways. The first one is prefix sum and second is sliding window. Now prefix sum will work for positive and negative both the elements, but sliding window will work only for positive elements. Okay, so now what I will do here, I will create one hash map. Okay, and as name suggests, this approach is prefix sum, so we will just store sum at each index. Okay, like for example, this is the 0th location, this is first, this is second, third, fourth and fifth. Okay, so on 0th location, what is the sum? Let me say sum is equal to 0. This is my one variable, and second variable is max length. Okay, max length, so this is also 0. We need to find max length where the continuous sub array sum is equal to k. Okay, you can have multiple k's. For example, k is here 15. Okay, so multiple sum which has the value 15. Okay, for example, this 2 is forming 15. Okay, similarly this 5, 2, 7, 1, this 4 is forming 15. So here the max length is 4, so you have to return answer as 4. How we will do it? See, if we will just add first, let's say you have sum initially 0. Okay, now iterate this array. Initially your sum will be 0 plus array I. Okay, so this will be 10, so we will store it with its index. So what is the index here? 0. Okay, now next I plus plus, so now next sum will be 10 plus 5, 15, and we will store it with its index, which is 1. Okay, so now here is the thing. Here you have to check few things. The first thing is if k is equal to sum, or sum is equal to k. Okay, that is the one thing. Second, when you are putting it into the hash map, that time you need to check. If it is not exist, then only put it. Okay, otherwise third thing you have to check, if sum minus k exists in the hash map, then in that case we will update our max length. Okay, why sum minus k? If sum is greater than k, in that case. Okay, we will see that scenario here. Now next is this is 15, so 15 comma 1, we have inserted that value in hash map. Now 17, now next pointer is 2, so means 17 comma 2. Okay, again 17 minus 15, which is 2, so 2 doesn't exist in hash map. Okay, now 17 is also done. This is 7, so 7 means 24, right? 24 comma 3, again 24 minus 15, which means 9 doesn't exist in the hash map, so leave that also. Now next is so I'll put it here. Okay, so now next is 24 plus 1, 25 comma 4. Okay, this is the index, so 25 comma 4 we have inserted into the hash map. Okay, we check this condition. If it doesn't exist, then only we put, so we did that. And now here we need to check one thing. 25 minus sum minus k, so 25 minus 15, which is 10. So does this exist in the hash map? Yes, this exists in the hash map. Okay, before that, if you know, here we got the 15, right? When you got the sum, you have to update the value of max length. Okay, with I plus 1, so the I was 1 here. Okay, so max length was 2 at that time. Now sum minus k, 25 minus 15 is 10, so 10 exists. Okay, what you will do, whatever is your I is pointing right now to 5. Okay, I is pointing to 4, sorry, so 4, I is pointing to 4, and what is map dot get 10 is 0. So now your max length, what will be your max length? The existing one is 2 and the current one is 4, so whatever is the maximum, so now max length will become 4. Okay, so you will update max length here 4. And again then this last one. Okay, I plus plus, so 25 plus 9, which is 34 comma 5. You will insert it here. 34 minus 15, what it is, 19. So 19 doesn't exist in the hash map, so we'll leave it. Okay, so now I crosses the array length, so this the whatever we have in max length, that will be our answer. So max length equal to 4. The same thing we are doing here in the code. So first we have taken one map of integer comma integer type, and then sum 0 and max length 0, two variables we have taken. Now we are iterating the array. What we are doing, we are just finding the summation of array I, okay, one by one, and we are putting that into the hash map if it doesn't exist. Okay, if sum equal to k, we will change our max length value, okay, to I plus 1. And the third condition is if map dot contains sum minus k, if sum greater than k, in that case sum minus k exists, then in that case we will update the max length. Why we are doing that? See, let's say you have some variables here, okay, some elements here, okay, and the sum of these 4 elements is k, let's say, okay, and the sum of these 2 is this is x and this 2 is k, okay. So now so what this portion will become x minus k, right? So to find the max length of this latest k, you already have this index. Now you want this index. How you will find that index? Okay, so you will find if x minus k exists in the hash map, so whatever index it is pointing, it will point to this index only, okay. So that's why you are doing I minus map.get of sum minus k. So this is how you are finding the value. Now the next approach is sliding window. Sliding window is very simple, okay. When the array is all the elements in the array is positive, in that case what you will do, 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 1 comma 1 comma 1, okay. Now here the k is 3, so how many sub array is forming here with the sum 3? So we can see this 1 plus 2 is this one sub array, right? And then this 3 itself is one sub array, this 1 2 3 is one sub array, and we have one more one, okay. And this 3 is also one sub array. 4 sub array we are forming, but the max length is 3 here. So how we will do it, you will take 2 pointers, okay, left and right will be your index which will get created in for loop, and left will point to 0, okay. We will move left pointer when your sum is greater than k, in that case, okay. So now let's say your sum is 0, this is the index, say 0 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, okay. So now initially your sum is equal to 0 and your max length is also equal to 0, okay, and left is pointing to 0. Now the first element 1, okay, sum will become 1, and sum is greater than k, no, condition false, okay. Sum equal to k, no, again condition is false. So what you will do, you will just simply iterate the right was pointing here, now right is pointing to this 1. Again 1 plus 2 will become 3, okay. 3 is equal to 3, yes, condition is true. If if both are equal, then we will change the value of max length. So what will be the value of max length? It will be right is pointing to 1 and left is pointing to 0. So okay, so right is pointing to 2 and left is pointing to 0, so 2 minus 0 is 2, okay. Left is pointing to 0, sorry, right is pointing to 1, so 1 minus 0 is 1 plus 1, okay. So because index is starting from 0, so the max length will be 2 for this, okay. Now what you will do, right will move again one step ahead, so right is pointing to this 2 now, okay. Right is pointing here, again you will add this 3 to sum, so now sum is becoming 6, and 6 is greater than 3, 6 is greater than k. In that case what you will do, you will just shift the left position, okay. You will slide the window from left hand side. So what you will do, you will first so now if you are shifting the window, then you have to delete this element also, okay. So 6, sum is 6 right now, so 6 minus 1, sum will become 5, okay, and left plus, so left now will point to 1. Now again sum is greater than k, still it is greater than k. You can see we have used while here, okay. So again now left is pointing to this 1 location, so 5 minus 2 it will become 3, okay, and left plus, so now left is pointing to this 3, so means second index. Right is also pointing to second and left is also pointing to second index, and your sum will become 3. Now sum is greater than k, condition false, okay. We are not checking for equal. Now what you will do, the second condition, it is checking sum is equal to k. Is sum is equal to yes, of course. So we will change the value of max length. So max length is like right minus left plus 1. Right is pointing to 2, left is pointing to 2. 2 minus 2 plus 1 is 1. Our max length is already 2. Do we need to change? No, okay. So it will be 2 only. Again right will point to now index 3, okay, and sum will become 4. Again sum is greater than k, so what you will do, you will negate this condition array of left. So array of left is 3, so 4 minus 3, this one will become 1, and left will increment. So now left is pointing to this 3. Again 1, so it is not greater than k, so right will shift to right will increment. So now this one will become right, okay. Right is pointing to 4th location and sum will become 2. Again it is not greater than k, so right will shift one more condition, one more please, so this one will become 3. Now sum is equal to k, okay. So you can see right is pointing to 5 and left is pointing to 3, okay. So 5 minus 3 is 2 plus 1 3, so max length will become 3 now because it is greater, okay. Again now left will point to this, okay. You will negate this 1 from the sum, so sum is becoming 2, and now right will point to this array index 6, which has the value 1. So sum will become 3. And again this is 3, so right minus left, so right is 6, left is 4 now. Okay, left is 4 now, so 6 minus 4 is 2 plus 1 3. Again max length is 3 only, so you don't need to change it, and right will point to this, which is greater than array length, so this will be your answer. Your answer will be max length. Okay, so this is the same thing we have did here, so what I just explained. So that's it. Thank you.